Kowloon Generic Romance, adapted from Jun Mayuzuki's seinen manga and animated by Arvo Animation, has captivated spring 2025 audiences with its blend of mature romance, sci-fi mystery, and nostalgic reverence for a reimagined Kowloon walled city. Streaming on Crunchyroll, the series follows real estate agents Reiko Kujirai and Hajime Kudo, whose budding relationship is shadowed by Reiko's amnesia and a past tied to Kudo's deceased fiancé, Kujirai B. Episode 5, Diamonds and Goldfish, aired on May 3, 2025, and centers on Yome's emotional emancipation and a shocking confession from Kudo that deepens the city's enigma. I'm spellbound by the episode's poignant character focus and unsettling twists, yet its hurried pacing raises concerns about narrative cohesion that beg closer examination. Following episode 4's cliffhanger, where Kudo dreamt of Kujirai be revealing a second Kowloon and confessed to Reiko that he killed her predecessor, episode 5 swiftly retracts this bombshell as a jest, shifting focus to Yome's personal struggles. Reiko supports Yaume, a part-time worker grappling with her controlling mother's shadow, as she embraces her absolute self through a symbolic makeover. Meanwhile, Kudo and Dr. Miyuki Hebanuma investigate Kowloon's anomalies, like a diamond ring hidden in Reiko's apartment, tied to Kujirai B's past. A post-credit scene unveils the Jean Terra's role in creating illusory realities, amplifying the city's mysteries. This installment pivots from external intrigue to Yome's liberation, while teasing deeper truths about Kowloon's nature. Episode 5 advances the overarching mystery of Kowloon's reality, while pausing to explore Yome's arc, a narrative detour that both enriches and disrupts the main plot. Kudo's confession, revealed as a tasteless joke, is a turning point that exposes his lingering guilt over Kujirai B's death, aligning with fan theories about his emotional turmoil. The post-credits revelation that Jean Terra may be crafting a simulated Kowloon, possibly tied to Kudo's psyche, is a major bombshell, suggesting the city itself is an illusion. The episode fulfills its role by deepening Yome's character and escalating the sci-fi stakes, raising questions about Kowloon's ontology and Reiko's identity, while resolving little about Kujirai B's fate. However, the pacing feels rushed, cramming Yome's arc and major reveals into a dense runtime, a flaw I can critique as sacrificing dramatic weight for speed. I think the Jean Terra twist is electrifying, but I didn't like how Kudo's confession was undercut, cheapening its impact. Yaume, Reiko, and Kudo are central, with Miyuki and Gwen in supporting roles. Yome's arc is the heart of the episode, her flashback to her mother's control, "You're my perfect doll," revealing a suffocating past that drove her to reconstruct her identity, a detail I found heart-wrenching. Her decision to embrace her true self, symbolized by cutting her hair with Reiko's support, marks significant growth, consistent with her quirky yet guarded persona. Reiko's empathy, seen in her gentle encouragement, "Be who you want," reinforces her compassionate nature, though her odd appreciation of Kudo's murder jest, "I saw a new side of you," feels jarring. Kudo's guilt surfaces in his hesitant handling of the diamond ring, likely Kujirai B's engagement ring, hinting at unresolved pain, though his flippant attitude remains consistent. Miyuki and Gwen add levity but lack depth. I really appreciate Yome's emancipation, but I wish Reiko's reaction to Kudo's confession felt more grounded, as it risks undermining her emotional intelligence. The episode explores identity, nostalgia, and the tension between truth and illusion. Yome's journey critiques the pressure to conform, her makeover symbolizing liberation from external control, a theme resonating with fans online. Nostalgia permeates Kowloon's setting, with the diamond ring evoking Kudo's lost love, while the Jean Terra's illusion suggests a city trapped in fabricated memories, as Lost in anime's goldfish metaphor implies, characters confined in a bowl of their own making. Illusion versus reality is central, with the post-credits scene questioning Kowloon's existence, tying to Reiko's amnesia. These themes are conveyed through Yome's transformation and Kudo's guilt, though the rushed pacing dilutes their depth. I'm captivated by the identity theme, but I personally don't understand why the illusion angle wasn't woven more subtly into Yome's arc to unify the narrative. The episode enriches Kowloon's dystopian lore by confirming the Jean Terra's role in crafting a simulated reality, possibly a second Kowloon rebuilt after the original's 1994 demolition, as Pinkvilla reported. Earthquakes linked to Kudo's emotional state suggest the city's fabric is tied to his psyche, while the diamond ring and outdated eye drops hint at temporal anomalies. The goldfish tea house's elusive nature reinforces the city's dreamlike quality. However, I didn't like how the Jean Terra's mechanics were relegated to a post-credit scene, leaving viewers grasping for clarity. The world feels tantalizingly surreal but needs more explicit rules to ground the mystery. The dialogue shines in emotional moments, like Yome's raw, "I'm not her puppet anymore," but falters in lighter exchanges, with Kudo's, "I killed her" jest feeling forced, as I lamented. Reiko's quirky lines like, "Watermelon tastes better with smoke," capture her odd charm, though her response to Kudo's confession, "That's a side only I know," strains believability. The writing excels in Yome's introspective flashbacks but stumbles in balancing her arc with the sci-fi reveals, rushing key moments. I think the emotional dialogue carries weight, but I didn't like the tonal whiplash from Kudo's flippancy, which disrupts the narrative's gravity. Diamonds and Goldfish evokes empathy, unease, and curiosity. Yome's liberation, as she steps into the light with Reiko, is profoundly moving, a moment I called beautiful. Kudo's guilt over the ring stirs melancholy, while the Jean Terra reveal sparks intrigue, though its placement post-credits risks being missed. The episode prompts reflection on identity and the prisons we build from memory, aligning with the series' nostalgic ethos. It leaves a bittersweet impression, tempered by pacing issues. I also anticipate the Jean Terra's role and Reiko's past will unravel with devastating impact. The emotional resonance is strong but could hit harder with better balance. Episode 5 of Kowloon Generic Romance is a poignant, if rushed, chapter that shines through Yome's liberation and the Jean Terra's chilling reveal. Its strengths lie in Suzushiro's performance, the evocative visuals, and the identity theme, earning fervent praise on X and CBR's viewership data. However, breakneck pacing, Kudo's tonal misstep, and a cluttered narrative hinder its depth. I didn't like the rushed resolution of Kudo's confession, and I think tighter integration of the sci-fi elements could sharpen the focus. The episode achieves its goal of deepening Yome's character and advancing the mystery, making it a compelling addition to the season. I'm thrilled for the series' future, expecting Reiko and Kudo's fractured romance and Kowloon's secrets to cement its status as a standout adult anime. For fans craving mature romance and cerebral sci-fi, this is an endearing, imperfect gem.